So we're on this BMW X5. It's a fairly big job. You're joining me a little way through because it has been a bit of a task. So we thought we had wheel bearing problems, but we don't. We have a front differential problem. So we're in the process of removing the diff. Taking the bottom arms off, drive shafts out, subframe is hanging. I'm going to see if I can get it out in this space. So we're about to take the diff out and have a look at it on the floor. Right, it's out on the bench. Let's strip it and see what's inside. Right, there's diff out. Just checking pinion, and you might be able to hear it. That's the noise I can hear. Right, I'll get the pinion out and then we'll check the side bearings, but I'm almost sure that's the noise. And let's just say those don't sound very nice either. The pinion's out, and I think we'll be getting a full set of bearings for it. All good fun. So step one is clean it. So it goes through the degreaser first, and then we'll give it a vapor blast. We'll see how clean we can make it, but as you can see, it's fairly dirty. Be careful because it's horrible. I've already got it on my hands and it stings. So yeah, we'll get them completely clean. Everything's stripped out, and we'll make them perfect again. So the front diff is all stripped, ready for putting it back together. All the parts have come. So I've got some bearings, seals, and I'll show you why I hate ordering off the internet. So all the parts were ordered for an E70, which is the same model as the vehicle on the ramp. What will come here is one of the diff side bearings. Never get it out. See, it looks mint. There's the other one. I had to smash. I had to cut the bearing apart to get it out. As you can see, new one's here, and I go to offer it up. Yeah, it's too big. Way too big. So that's why I hate ordering parts off the internet. The only one that's the correct size is the front pinion shaft. This pinion shaft is completely different as well. So a full set of bearings for the later model. We've got the early one. So we are waiting for parts still, which is annoying. Right, it's been a couple of days. I've got the old bearings and I've got some new bearings. So hopefully these, I can feel that's better already. Yep, that's good. That'll actually fit. In fact, it'll probably push in. If I give it a bit. I'll wait a bit. So next step is, obviously it's got some oil galleries in here. There's a plug there, and it obviously oils the diff while it's turning. Got a plug up here and here. Obviously I take them out because when we vapor blast them, we get media everywhere, so it's completely void of media. I've got to dress those donks up for my bearing to sit flush. So I've got a die grinder to just dress those, and then we can start going back together. Brilliant. Right, first two fitted, and I've just marked them up colour wise. Not that they matter, they're both brand new, but just so I get matched. I've got purple and I've got orange. On to the next one. And these are the plugs for the oil holes. We'll be plugging it up with this pipe sealant from Bond Chem. Telly stuff. Stops anything getting past. It's quite sticky and it'll cure with no oxygen, and it's vibration retardant, so should stop the oil leaking out. Right, so they've been plugged up. The other two are there and there, so that will stop oil leaking out. So I'll let that cure onto the next one. Right, so this is cold. I'm going to put a tiny bit of heat in the bearing. Nothing spectacular, just a small amount of heat, and then we're going to press it on. Right, there we go. This should just press nicely straight on. There you go. Bottom out. So that's now located. And now we're going to pull this bearing race in. So I've got my bearing puller, drop of EP90, this is my go-to oil, on the threads, and then we're going to draw the bearing in. You can see the bearing there. I just need it seated. The shim is underneath it. Bearing on this side is in. So this is the last one. Right, all the races are fitted. That one was a pig, but it's in, bearings are on the diff, and obviously that feels absolutely perfect. Just got to oil everything up and get the pinion in and tightened up. So we've got pinion in, bearings oiled. I've just got to fit the bearing race on, which I'm going to do with a G-clamp. It shouldn't be too tight. So yeah, next step. Oh, and the crush washer is fitted. Well, that was straightforward. Bearing on, just took a tap with a socket and a hammer, really. It wasn't very tight at all. Seal is in, flush with edge, oiled up and turning beautifully. So now the fun part, tightening it up. Right, special tool fitted, and basically we're just trying to get rid of that slop. So we tighten it up, and then there's another special tool afterwards, which you'll see in a minute, but for the moment we're just going to tighten it up. I've had to modify the socket to fit in, but we are moving forward. So we have used the special tool to tighten the nut in the middle, and we've taken up the slack. So basically there's a procedure to get the right amount of tightness in here, and it's basically with one of these. old school torque wrench, and if I put it on, so we need just short of 1 Newton meter before it cracks off, and you can see there that's perfect. I'm going to spin it as much as I can on the bench and then check it again just to get everything settled. But yeah, 0.05 to 0.08 of a Newton meter is the amount of drag I want, and I think that's almost perfect. So next, preload done, diff in, and just put the casing on. So we'll get all of our sealant on and close it up. As for sealant, on the O-ring side, I've just put a bit of black Durco, and then the face to face, this stuff's hellish. Bonchem multi-gasket orange, and it's for face to face with no gasket. So yeah, it is good stuff. We use it on all our builds, which is why it looks well used, but it's good stuff. And front diff back together. Feeling mint, nice and tight, no bearing noises. So let's get in the car and get it running.